Hello, people. I am Jaby KOAY, joined by Hannah Harvey. Hello. We're going to look at KANIKA, a short film featuring NIdhi Bisht. Girliyapa, Singh. That must be a term they're using for cinema as a way to separate it from their usual videos. That's smart. It's probably what I should have done instead of creating a separate channel for my short films. But anyway, thank you, Girliyapa, for allowing us to react to this. Very, very much appreciate it. Love your stuff. And Hannah Harvey has never seen any of your stuff, and so she's looking forward to it too. Here we go.
जिस दिन वो मिला उसके अगले दिन ही आई लव यू कह दिया था उसने। हम दोनों शाम को एक ही बस में जाते हैं, 107 नंबर। मैं विंडो सीट पर बैठती हूँ और वो सी व्यू के बहाने से मेरे को देखता है। उसने बस की सीट के पीछे मेरा नाम लिखा हुआ है। कभी कोई पूछता है कि कनिका कौन है तो मेरे को हंसी आती है। मेरे को शादी का बहुत शौक है। मेरे चाचा की हुई थी लास्ट ईयर। सब लोग डांसिंग करते हैं और खाना खाते हैं फ्री वाला। फुल मस्ती रहती है। मैं तो कभी कभी दुल्हन के जैसे पोजिंग करती हूँ, तभी वो मेरी फोटोज खींचता है। एक्चुअली उसकी बचपन की ड्रीम थी फोटोग्राफर बनने की, लेकिन फिर जॉब करने में बिजी हो गया। बहुत फनी भी है, बहुत अच्छी कॉमेडी करता है, डोनाल्ड डक वगैरह की आवाज़ निकालता है। मेरे साथ तो बहुत ही टाइम स्पेंड करता है, लेकिन जब भी मेरे फ्रेंड्स पास में रहते हैं तो शाय हो जाता है। उसको शायद पसंद नहीं है। बोलता है लोग उसको समझते नहीं, खाली मैं समझती हूँ। मेरे माँ बाप सर्विस करते हैं दोनों। कभी मम्मी तो डैडी को बेलन से मारती है। वो लोग को लव की कोई नॉलेज नहीं है, इसलिए मैंने घर पे बताया नहीं। जब भी कल वो बस स्टॉप पे मिला तो बोला कि हम दोनों भाग चलेंगे सबसे दूर, शहर के बाहर, सिर्फ हम साथ में। बोला आज नहीं करेंगे तो कब करेंगे। उसने मेरा हाथ पकड़ लिया और हम वॉल्वो बस में बैठ गए। पहली बार मुंबई से इतना दूर जा रही थी मैं, कभी चांस ही नहीं मिला। लेकिन अभी कोई रोकने वाला नहीं था, कोई माँ बाप नहीं, कोई चिक चिक नहीं। रात को फिर बस में हमने कॉमेडी मूवी देखी। उसमें भी दोनों लवर लोग भाग जाते हैं। हंसी आ गई थी मेरे को। आज सुबह मैं नाश्ते के लिए जब बस रुकी तो वो 5 मिनट्स के लिए टॉयलेट गया था। तभी एक मोटे से पुलिस वाले अंकल ने मेरे को बस से उतरवाया और पूछा कि मैं कौन से स्कूल से हूँ। तो मैंने बताया कि बॉम्बे विद्यार्थी हाई स्कूल से। तो फिर वो अंकल ने पूछा मम्मी पापा कहाँ पे हैं। मैं बोली वो तो घर पे है। फिर क्या हुआ? कनिका, कोई बात नहीं, मम्मी आपको कुछ नहीं बोलेंगी। आप बताओ क्या हुआ?
फिर उसके बाद वो पुलिस अंकल मेरे को घर पे लेके आए।
आपको पता है वो अभी कहाँ पे है?
उसका कैमरा मिला था लड़की के स्कूल बैग से। खाली लड़की दिख रही है फोटो में।
इसे अंदर रखवा दो।
जी
हो गया? आपको याद नहीं है वो कैसा दिखता है? नाक कैसी है, आंखें कैसी हैं?
वो अंकल जैसे।
वो पीछे वाले?
ये उसको लेके इधर। नहीं वो दूसरे जिनके हाथ में पेपर है।
इसको ही ना?
मेरे को नहीं मालूम, सब लोग के जैसी।
Wow, that was heavy. Oh boy. Well, we've been watching comedy videos all morning. That was a nice palate cleanser. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I'm shaking.
That was very unexpected. It posed itself as a romantic thing initially. Achara's like, you're not gonna cry. God damn it. It posed itself as like a romantic thing initially, and then it hits you with this thing out of left field, and you're like, wait, what?
My stomach just sunk when I put it all together.
Mm-hmm.
That point, I think, for me, was when they brought his camera out.
Mm-hmm.
That was the point when it hit, and I was like, and there was a part of me that was like, no, please, no.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was talking to a friend of mine not too long ago who used to work with the DA for Los Angeles. She says that when you're working in that kind of office, you have to look at the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
And that evidence can sometimes involve like child pornography. And you have to actually look at it to verify what it is. You have to look at all this. And it's like, that's the first thing I thought about was like, because I'm like, there's no way I could do this job. That job of looking at the evidence all day long. It's like, it would crush me. I feel like I wouldn't be able to handle it. This is a fictional thing, lasts less than 6 minutes long, and I'm like, that's rough.
It really is.
Yeah.
In England, I was called for jury duty, and I can talk about it now because it's past the time, and I was put on a case, I want to say similar age kind of man and a child, and it was within a family, and there were 21 counts against this man. And as the judge was reading out the counts, 3 of us in the jury, we couldn't control ourselves. It was just, it was so heartbreaking. It happens in the world, and especially being on a jury for a trial like that, you have to, in a way, put your emotions to the side.
Right.
Because you have to
be objective.
You have to be objective, and you have to also be like, if you cry, this is going to slow this thing down for someone who has done something so horrific. They need to be put away. That's just what you have to remind yourself.
Right.
And watching this just brought that all back for me. In this, they find him, I guess.
That's the hope. That's the thing is, I was trying to understand what the symbolism was there, because I think the idea is that it literally could be anybody. And that's the scary thing is, especially when it's family, it's always the person you least suspect. Like the same with rape. It's generally speaking the person you least suspect, like your neighbor, a loved one, a family member, because it's like, it's someone that you trust, and therefore it's easier for them to exact that kind of heinous act. In my interpretation, that's why the face is ambiguous, because it literally could be like anybody, and you trust that person, and then that thing happens. And it's like, You know, what do you do?
And it's just so chilling, and especially as a child, so vulnerable and innocent, and they do trust people, especially someone who, you know, is nice to them, talks to them, pays them attention. Like those in here, it's on a bus, it's on a school bus, and the way they showed it as a initially like a love story, just I'm honestly stuck for words on this.
Yeah, I mean, naturally.
I'm like, yeah.
I thought I recognized that little girl. Oh, that's why I recognize her from. She was in a TVF show called Ye Merry Family. A reaction which I wanted to put on YouTube, but I couldn't because of some kind of change with that company. So now it's just on Patreon. Anyway, she's a very good actress, the little girl.
Yes, amazing actress.
What the film did a great job of conveying, which is something we just talked about, is the frustration you might experience as someone who works in law enforcement trying to resolve this. How is a kid supposed to be expected to be able to communicate to you exactly how this person feels? It looks like just a person.
Right.
They blend in. This way you can't catch them. That's what makes it so difficult.
It could be, you know, anyone. A neighbour, someone you pass in the street,
Right.
someone you see every day on the bus.
If you're a sex offender or whatever, you have to declare it. There's maps you can look at online of your area to see how many sex offenders are around you.
Wow.
And I refuse to look at it because I know it's just going to put me into a panic, especially if I have a kid. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to have a kid comfortably, like if I'm thinking about that, you know. Those are the ones that are declared, not the people who've gotten away with it and haven't been caught yet. It's a scary world, yeah. It's very upsetting.
But it's definitely raising an awareness of what happens and how easily it can happen.
It fucks me up, as it should. There's a movie called Ribbon. That's what I was thinking of with Kalki Koechlin and Sumit Vyas. In the movie, they explore this topic. You see the innocence of the child trying to understand it, and it's like they don't know what's happening, and it's only later on that they have to realize the corruption that happened and undo that shit that wasn't their fault. And it's weird. And I'm speaking from experience. It's like, it's weird to try to undo that mess that you know how you had nothing, like it wasn't your fault. I'm really glad they made this. Is bold to put this on this. This is not the content you find on this channel, generally speaking. This is the content you find here is comedy. This is so dark. This was pretty ballsy of them to kind of hit you with this type of content. It's a message, obviously, that they're trying to send home.
Strong message.
I didn't know this information, that India has the largest number of child sex abuse. I didn't know that. That's very heartbreaking.
But good for them for making this and raising the awareness, and so effectively as well. It really hits you and hits home and just shows how these things happen, and it could be right in front of your eyes.
This kind of subject trips me up. There's a lot of people out there who are pedophiles that are not active pedophiles. Like they know it's wrong because of society, and so they don't act on it, and they're just like repressing it. So when you have these people who give in, how do you correct that? We've just put them away and hope for the best, like, and hope it doesn't come back, but it does come back because it's just like this defect that just shows up, you know.
I know. And how do you reprogram someone's mind?
Right.
Who, for them, that is what they naturally think and feel. It shouldn't be natural.
I think part of what perpetuates it in this country, at least, is the inability to go to your psychiatrist about it or to your therapist about it. If you talk to your therapist or psychiatrist, they have to report it by law.
Oh, they do?
Yes, you can't, that's not something you can keep in secrecy. Because they don't have that, it's like it's much harder to tackle this problem and correct it. In Canada, for instance, they have this, I heard, they have these facilities where you can go and get high heroin. Like you can get clean needles and get high in a clinic.
In a controlled
in a
area.
controlled environment, and to hopefully wean you off, as opposed to you getting dirty needles in the street and potentially getting AIDS and adding more problems to the system that's already at play. So instead of like just letting people do this illegally, we'll construct a legal situation where they can slowly get out of this problem. I don't know if it's correctable. My hope is that it would be. And so I would love it for there to be a program where you can help correct people to no longer have this issue. There was something in Canada, I think it was Canada, where a guy ordered a doll that was made to look like a little girl, and he was sent to prison for child molestation, even though he didn't molest anybody. But I'm like, I would rather him with a little doll than I would with an actual child. Is that a crazy thought? That I'd rather him do something with an inanimate object than an actual person?
To kind of work on that and deprogram that out of someone's head, the country feels too much of a risk to just have them out with the everyday temptation, living in society like that, because it is just like a
ticking time bomb.
It's a ticking time bomb. They could just switch in a moment. You just never know once that's you know, that thought is there, even however much they try to suppress it. It's probably not the same kind of thing comparison, but a lot of burglaries and things, it's chances. It's when that opportunity's there and they're like, oh, okay, the opportunity has presented itself, rather than something that's necessarily planned out. For these people where they may be suppressing something, they don't plan on doing it, but if they're put in a situation where it's very easy for them and they're fighting, you know, internally with themselves, I can definitely see why, but I also agree that they need help.
Some kind of program to help, because it's like, oh, you just put them in a jail and lock them up, throw away the key. Maybe that's the only solution. The question I ask is there another solution? If there's other solutions, potentially, what you have is people coming out with this secret and looking for a means to fix it, rather than trying to repress it, and then it explodes on this person that is completely innocent and doesn't understand what's going on and has no way to fight it. In my ideal naive mind, I would say there must be some kind of way to help these people out so that you're mitigating the possibilities of children being abused. That's my hope at the end of the day. That was f***ing rough.
Ooh.
Holy crap. Okay, well, back to comedy videos. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Let us know, I don't know what. I'm gonna include the information they put here in the description to further help this along. Gosh. I don't know what to say, so I'm just gonna end it here. I'm Jaby KOAY, this is
Hannah Harvey.
Peace out. Yeah, that's rough. Holy
Wow.
shit. You could have warned us! God damn it!